The ideal storage temperature for water-based base coat is 20 degrees centigrade. These products should not be exposed to temperatures below 5 degrees centigrade. The temperature in the paint storage and mixing rooms should meet these requirements. As the water-based base coat does not have to be stirred, we supply a shelving system with a back storage option. If the temperature in your mixing room nears the critical 5 degrees centigrade, it's worth considering a heated cabinet. This will keep the products at the ideal temperature. Waterborne products are sensitive to temperatures below 5 degrees centigrade, and during the winter, we use conditioned transport. Following delivery, the distributor is responsible for ensuring proper transport conditions are maintained for guaranteeing product quality. We offer the special thermo box to protect products during transport to the end user. The protection offered by the thermo box is not unlimited, however, and we recommend loading in the morning and delivering on the same day. In the mid-1990s, the European Union introduced directives to reduce the emission of volatile organic compounds, VOCs. VOCs are released during the use of repair products such as paints and cleaning agents. The main purpose of these directives is to create a better environment and improve health and safety. These measures, which apply to body repair shops for motor vehicles, have now been implemented in a number of countries. They specify the use of low-solvent car repair products and good housekeeping practices. The new VOC limit values introduced by the European Union will apply to all car refinishing products from the 1st of January 2007. To enable its customers in these countries to meet the VOC emission requirements, we developed a number of compliant products. These include our water-based base coat. The water-based base coat was introduced some years ago and has been a great success in practice. The VOC compliant repair system for both car repair and commercial vehicles is very compact. It is based on only a few products. For car refinishing, we recommend applying wash primer to bare metal to achieve optimal adhesion and protection. HS Surfacer is a VOC-compliant product for universal use. It is a fast-drying surfacer with excellent film build and is easy to sand. For commercial vehicles, we recommend Wash Primer CH. Non-sanding filler is a VOC-compliant product with excellent flow and low material usage. Epoxy primer has been developed to handle difficult substrates in commercial vehicle and car repair. These include galvanized steel, stainless steel, aluminium, and sandblasted steel. It provides excellent protection against rust. In systems for both cars and commercial vehicles, you can use water-based Basecoat and HS Clearcoat. HS Clearcoat is a high-gloss chemical and UV-resistant clear coat for water-based Basecoat. Our water-based Basecoat has developed into one of the best and most user-friendly systems available in the marketplace. The equipment, including spray booth, air quality, blow-drying equipment, spray guns and cleaning equipment, plays an important role in meeting the VOC and quality requirements. The spray booth must operate at a slight overpressure of approximately 3 mm water column to keep dust out and to provide an indication of the status of the paint stop filters. Spraying and baking temperatures should be adjustable. The minimum air movement requirement is 20,000 cubic meters per hour at a speed of 20 centimeters per second. The control of the volume, pressure and cleanliness of the air entering the spray gun is critical to the success of the application. Compressed air should be free of oil, grease and moisture. A freeze dryer reduces the risk of moisture in the spraying air. A compressed air filtering installation with an oil, grease and moisture filter and an active carbon filter is also desirable. An air hose is used to transfer compressed air from the air regulator to the spray gun. The minimum diameter is 8 mm, 3/10 of an inch. Use of the correct air hose prevents pressure fluctuations, reducing the quality of the end result. Blow-drying equipment is a must. It ensures that the base coat has dried thoroughly before it is finished with high solid clear. This also increases spray booth throughput. Using the blow dryers in combination with a higher spray booth temperature of 30 to 35 degrees centigrade will dry the base coat more quickly. When choosing a spray gun, a sprayer will be looking for fast application, good atomization and finish quality. The European legislation requires you to use spray guns that have a transfer efficiency of 65% or more. HVLP, high volume, low pressure, or high efficiency guns are recommended. These are needed for both the priming materials and the top coat. Use the pressure gauge under your spray gun to set the spray pressure accurately. This ensures good results and increases efficiency. The spray guns used for the application of the water-based base coat must be reserved for this product. They should not be used to apply any other products. It's essential that guns are kept clean and in good working order. Spray equipment for water-based and solvent-based products should be cleaned separately. Water-based paint residue must be disposed of separately from solvent-based and vice versa. The water-based spray gun can be cleaned by filling the gun with tap water and shaking it vigorously to ensure that the water dissolves the remaining paint. Also, use a brush to clean the gun thoroughly. This process needs to be repeated by using water-based gun cleaner. The procedure to clean your gun when finished spraying solvent-based products is nearly the same. Firstly, dispose of the residue paint in a specified solvent waste container. Then, connect the gun to your gun cleaning equipment and wash thoroughly. Good preparation is the foundation for a paint job. This includes cleaning and degreasing, sanding, scuffing, and prep polishing. Use solvent-based degreasing agent. You should use 2 cleaning cloths, 1 wet and 1 dry. Clean the car part to be sanded. Do not allow the degreasing agent to evaporate. Proper sanding is required to achieve the desired end result. If entire car parts need to be sprayed, these can best be sanded using P500 dry with an orbital sanding machine, or by hand with P1000 waterproof sanding paper. For preparing the fade-out area, we recommend a scuffing pad. For spot repair, we recommend prep polishing with a light polishing compound. Good preparation is the foundation for a paint job. Use degreasing agent. You should use 2 cleaning cloths, 1 wet and 1 dry. Wipe off the car part to be sanded and do not allow the degreasing agent to evaporate. To remove dust from the object to be sprayed, we recommend using a tack rag, which should not leave behind paraffin wax remnants or fibers. In the VOC compliant system, we recommend wash primers and epoxy primer. We recommend HS Surfacer for universal use. For wet-on-wet finish, we recommend non-sanding filler. For car refinishing to achieve optimal adhesion and protection, we recommend applying wash primer to bare metal. The mixing ratio is 1:1 with hardener. Never apply water-based base coat directly on wash primer. The European legislation obliges you to use spray guns that have a transfer efficiency of 65% or more. HVLP, high volume, low pressure, or high efficiency guns are recommended. For wash primer and epoxy, we recommend 1.6 to 1.8 mm nozzles. Apply 1 full coat at 2 bar spraying pressure. Especially for commercial vehicles, we recommend Wash Primer CH. The mixing ratio is 1:1 with hardener. 1 coat is applied, and slower drying will avoid overspray on large areas. Never apply water-based base coat directly on wash primer. Epoxy primer was developed for commercial vehicles and car repair for difficult substrates like galvanized steel, stainless steel, aluminium, and sand-blasted steel. It provides excellent protection against rust. The mixing ratio is 2:1 with hardener. The addition of up to 20% thinner is allowable. Epoxy primer is available in the colors beige and white. The drying times are 16 hours at 20 degrees centigrade and 1 hour at 60 degrees centigrade. Polyester putties can be applied on top. Epoxy primer can be used as a wet-on-wet primer. You must add 20% thinner. The flash-off time before application of the water-based base coat is a minimum of 45 minutes. HS Surfacer is a VOC-compliant product for universal use. It is a fast drying surfacer with an excellent film build and is easy to sand. On bare metal, first apply wash primer. There are 3 mixing options. Mixing ratio 3:1 with hardeners fast, standard and slow. Mixing ratio 4:1 with HS hardeners fast, standard and slow. For wet on wet, 4:1 with HS hardener standard and 30% thinner is added. The application of HS Surfacer is very easy. Apply 1 to 3 coats of a total thickness of 60 to 180 microns. Drying times per coat are 1 to 2 hours at 20 degrees centigrade or overnight for air drying, or 30 minutes at 60 degrees centigrade for forced drying. HS Surfacer is available in the colors grey, black and white. For wet-on-wet application, apply 1 single coat. Non-sanding filler is a VOC-compliant product with excellent flow and low material usage. The mixing ratio is 4:1 with hardener and 20% of uni thinner is added. The spraying viscosity of non-sanding filler is 16 seconds DIN cup 4. Apply 1 coat with a flash-off time of 30 minutes for the water-based base coat. Note, the maximum recoatability without sanding is 12 hours. We have already discussed degreasing and dust removal. However, we will provide some additional information because this is such an important step towards achieving a good result. Use water-based degreasing agent. You should use 2 cleaning cloths, one for wet cleaning and the other for dry. Wipe off the car part to be sprayed. Do not allow the degreasing agent to evaporate. You can then remove the dust from the car part using a tack rag. We recommend De Vilbis and Sata spray guns. Apply a mist coat with a spray pressure of 2 bar. This coat is primarily used for checking for substrate faults. Repair measures can be taken at this stage. The mist coat must be blown dry using the spray gun. Apply 2 layers wet on wet until full coverage using 2-bar spraying pressure. Also, spray a test card to check the coverage hiding and the colour. Use a venturi to blow dry the water base. For faster drying, increase the spray booth temperature to 35 degrees centigrade for 6 to 8 minutes. For effect colours, an additional final coat should be applied. This final coat is a drop coat, which determines the colour and metallic or pearl effect. The spraying distance must be 50 to 60 centimetres from the object, and the spray pressure must be 1 bar. This layer should cover the surface entirely, but should not be too wet and should not flow. You do not need a drop coat for solid colours. Blow the surface dry using the venturi. Here you can see the difference between stages with and without a drop coat. Use HS Clear Coat. This is a high gloss finish. The mixing ratio is 2 to 1. There is a choice of hardeners. Very fast for panel and spot repair, fast for several panels, standard for complete resprays, and slow for higher temperatures. We recommend De Vilbis or Sata spray guns. There are 2 options for HS Clear Coat application. Option 1, the one you see on the DVD, is the application of 2 full coats at 2-bar spraying pressure. The flash-off time between the 2 coats is 3 to 5 minutes, and you must use 5% thinner. Option 2 is the initial application of a mist coat at 2-bar spraying pressure, immediately followed by a full coat. Flash off between coats is not required. Allow a 5-minute flash off before baking at 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. The baking time depends on the choice of hardener. Good preparation such as degreasing, cleaning, sanding and scuffing is the foundation for an effective paint job. For preparing the fade-out area, we recommend a scuffing pad. Degreasing and dust removal are important steps towards achieving a good end result. Use water-based degreasing agent. You should use 2 cleaning cloths, 1 wet and 1 dry. Do not allow the degreasing agent to evaporate. To remove dust from the object to be sprayed, we recommend using a tack rag, which should not leave paraffin wax remnants or fibers behind. We recommend De Vilbiss or Satter spray guns. Apply a mist coat using a spray pressure of 2 bar. This coat is primarily used for checking for substrate faults. Repair measures can be taken at this stage. The mist coat must be blown dry using the spray gun. Apply 2 layers wet on wet with a spray pressure of 2 bar. Blend in slightly to the fade-out area. Also spray a covering test card. Use a venturi to blow dry the water base. For faster drying, increase the spray booth temperature to 35 degrees centigrade for 6 to 8 minutes. Tack rag the fade-out area before blending. For effect colors, you should apply an additional final coat. This final coat is a drop coat that determines the color and metallic or pearl effect. The spraying distance should be 50 to 60 centimeters to the object and the spray pressure 1 bar. It should not be too wet and should not flow. The fading out should be done diagonally to achieve an invisible blend. You don't need a drop coat for solid colors. Use a venturi to blow dry the water base. Increase the temperature for faster drying. For example, a spray booth temperature of 35 degrees centigrade for 6 to 8 minutes. Use HS Clear Coat. This is a high gloss finish. The mixing ratio is 2 to 1. There is a choice of hardness. Very fast for panel and spot repair, fast for several panels, standard for complete resprays, and slow for higher temperatures. We recommend De Vilbiss or Satter spray guns. Tack rag the entire surface to remove dust from the object to be sprayed. To apply HS Clear Coat, we have 2 options. Option 1, the one you see on the DVD, is to apply 2 full coats at 2 bar spraying pressure. The flash-off time between the 2 coats is 3 to 5 minutes, and you must use 5% thinner. With option 2, we start to apply a mist coat at 2 bar spraying pressure, directly followed by a full coat. Flash off between coats is not required. Allow a flash off time of 5 minutes before baking at 60 to 70 degrees centigrade. The baking time depends on the choice of hardener. The advantage of spot repairs is that very small damaged areas can be repaired without spraying entire panels. This technique saves time and material. Keep the preparation to a limited area by manual wet sanding and scuffing. Prep polishing is designed to clean the panel with the aid of a light polishing compound. Degreasing and dust removal is the most important step for ensuring a good end result. Use water-based degreasing agent. You should use 2 cleaning cloths, one wet and one dry. Do not allow the degreasing agent to evaporate, because wipe and touch marks will be very visible in the fade-out area. Tack rag the entire surface to remove dust from the object to be sprayed. We recommend using a tack rag which should not leave paraffin wax remnants or fibers behind. We recommend small de Vilbis or SATA spray guns. Note that separate guns must be used for water-based base coat and clear coat. Apply a single coat using 1 to 1.5 bar spraying pressure until the spot repair area is covered. Blow dry and tack rag between coats. Final fade out can be done using 1 bar spraying pressure. Use HS Clear Coat. This is a high gloss finish. The mixing ratio is 2 to 1 with very fast hardener or fast hardener. For better flow control, add 5% standard thinner. We recommend a small de Vilbis or SATA spray gun. Note that separate guns must be used for water-based base coat and clear coat. The spraying pressure is 1.5 to 2 bar. Apply 2 coats. Do not fade out to maintain a narrow edge. To create an invisible blend, the following steps must be taken. Add 100% spot repair thinner to the already mixed clear coat in the spray gun. Shake the spray gun. Dissolve the clear coat edge and slightly re-wet the entire clear coat area to maintain good gloss and flow. Add another 100% spot repair thinner and repeat the process. Empty the spray gun and finish the fade out with pure spot repair thinner. To speed up the drying process, we advise using an infrared drying system. After the clear coat has fully cured, you can polish the surface if necessary.